My name is Ernie Gastiger. I work for the Seedorf Company. This is our multi-spot machine that we built for Han. First thing we have to do whenever we start the machine up is home it. So we're going to walk it up close to the home position by using this joystick here in manual mode. And I'm going to hit the Find Home button on my manual screen. Now it's going to find home. Once it's home, I can go back and I can move to loading position. I have to go out of manual into automatic and I move to loading position. We're running part number 42, which is the 42-inch shelf. When the bridge is in the loading position, I can set my clamps. These are the air clamps. These have to be initiated simultaneously. Bring the clamps in. Then the operator would put the top in, put the sides and the base in. Then he would clamp the side clamp, which is a long clamp that runs on this side. And a little clamp right here that pushes the sides together.
Show me the side clamp again.
Okay, I'm going to have to release. These are the two clamps. This is the side clamp. When the side clamps come in, also my end clamps come in to pull the end shelves together.
One more time, so I'll show the end clamps.
Okay. That one's that. Okay. Clamps for the top, clamps for the side and end. We're ready to go.
Okay.
So now that my part is all loaded, I'm going to push the auto start button. Start auto cycle.
What's that red light flashing up on the top?
The red light is flashing whenever the light beam is disengaged. We have the light beam disengaged except for the very end where the pinch point is for the top of the shelf, because the operator has to be able to load parts in and out while the machine is operating without disengaging the light beam.
The light's telling us that the light curtain is muted right now.
That's correct.
Okay, go ahead.
You'll notice when I get up to the top, the light's going to go off when the light curtain is not muted.
Okay. So right now we'd be theoretically running a part. We'd be going into the first load position. The light curtain is disengaged.
Now the top was welded, now we weld the side.
What's our accuracy? Right on the money.
Right on the money.
We're using there's a servo motor on this machine that's causing the bridge to move.
Okay, now the bridge has moved out for the operator to load the bottom or the base of the shelf. And if you'll notice, the auto cycle green light is blinking. Once the operator's loaded the base, he's going to push this auto cycle button again, and it's going to go up and weld the base. Now I'm going to hit the release button over here, which releases all my clamps, and I'm going to pull my part out. Then I'm going to load another part, so I can keep going like that.
All right, so basically we got an 8-gun multi-spot. The two outer guns are on slides. They shuttle in and out to get into the location in the part. Explain to me that center shelf, Ernie.
The center shelf comes in when we're welding the 82-inch shelf. There's a center shelf. So what's going to happen is I weld down almost 3/4 of the way of the part, and then it goes into a loading position. I put the center shelf in, I push this green button, it comes in and welds the center shelf, and then it goes back welding the rest of the side. We can demonstrate that when we change to the 82-inch part, and we'll run the 82-inch part.
All right. Take me through real quick on the just show me the manual and the automatic screen.
Okay, I can go from auto to manual by pushing manual. So here in manual, I can change all the different. I can shuttle the valves. I can bring the weld heads up and down. I can start a weld. If I'm in a point and I want to make a weld, I can disable the servo motor. I can move to the loading position.
Okay. All right. Now we also have e-stop buttons on the outside here in case there would ever be a necessity to stop the machine in its tracks. It is rapid stop, so that when the e-stop condition is met, the motor stops right away. All motion stops immediately. We're using an Allen Bradley servo motor right over here, as you can see. And this system, we're using a ball screw, but the ball screw is not turning, the ball nut is turning, not the screw, so that we don't have any whipping, and it's a nice clean installation without any wear on the ball screw due to whipping. So, okay, you want to demonstrate the 80?
Yeah, I'm going to demonstrate changing the part. So what we're going to do is click on the part setup. See, here are all my parts. This is the part we have in right now. Alright, I want to load a part. I push the load part button, and these are my list of parts. There's a 30 inch, a 42, a 48, a 60, a 72, and an 82. I pushed it twice. I'm going to push yes now. It's going to load 82. Now it shows me 82, shows me what the welds are, shows me center shelf position and base weld position. And I'm going to hit the back button. Now I can move it to loading position. It's going to move to loading position. While it's moving to loading position, the operator can load his part. This is why the light curtain is disabled when this is happening, so that the operator doesn't inadvertently trip the light curtain.
Okay.
Once my part is all loaded up,
you gotta clamp it.
Push the auto start button.
After you clamp?
After I clamp. Thank you.
You're fired.
So, clamp the part, clamp the side. And before I run this part, I have to move my bottom clamp to the last position. So this is what holds the side piece in. This clamp holds the side piece in. This is a magnet that holds the side piece up. I won't demonstrate the other one. It works the same way as this one. So I'm going to clamp and clamp. Alright. Now we're going to push the auto cycle button. And off it goes. And it starts welding. To load the center shelf. So now I would load the center shelf in its position. Once the center shelf is in position, the operator hits the start center shelf. I hit the button and it's going to go right to the center shelf, and it's going to weld it to the back. And then it goes past the last weld it made on the side. It's going to continue welding the side. Now it's waiting for me to weld the base. Operator puts the base in. Once the base is in place, he pushes the blinking green button to start auto cycle again. It's going to come back and weld the base.
Is that it?
That's it. I also want to show you the control box. This is the welding control. It's in our main control cabinet. Here you can program the weld heat and the weld time. Everything else is controlled by the PLC. Inside the box you can see our servo drive, our power supplies, and all the wiring. These are the wires that are going to have to be disconnected when the control is mounted away from the machine in your plant.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Thank you, Ernie.